Hello and welcome to Caching Waves. Just wanted to give you guys an update on Bitcoin on the micro. First of all, this is the 4-hour chart looking to finish up this WXY to find a pivot bottom like so. First we had a 3-wave pattern W, we had an expanded flat for an X and looking for a Y or a C. Currently looking for a Y wave because it doesn't look like we have 5 waves whatsoever panning out, so looking for this to either be a flat and a 3 3 5 down, or a WXY as a 3 3 3. Now we're in an area that can do multiple things. I'll explain them on the micro, but just to show you on the 4-hour chart, you'd have to ignore these fib targets because we would get a higher wave up, and all that is a B to the higher retracement area between the 50 and the 618 at 28,485 and 21,268 in red, you see there, before coming down in 3 or 5 waves. So either a flat or a WXY. So that's our first count. That's currently my primary. The other option is that the B wave is over here, or the X wave, B or X, is over here, and we're coming down to complete in a zigzag, which would look like this: A, B, C, and our B wave is in there, and looking for the 1-to-1 at 23,757, and all that is a 1-to-1 of this A wave down, B wave up, C wave down, and that would put us at around the 50% retracement of this wave up here as either an A or a 1 wave. Other option is this is a 1 wave down in our ABC scenario, where this is an A, B, and looking for 5 waves down, like so in red. And this is the least probable of my counts currently, where this is a wave 1, we have an expanded flat wave 2, then we come down for our third at the 1.618, our fourth, and our fifth, with targets between 20,285, that'd be the 2.236 extension of the wave 1 pulled out here. But our 1-to-1 target of this this A, B, and a C is at 21,540 currently. So those are the counts I'm looking for. My most probable at the moment is the B or X wave having to come much higher up into this area here between the 50 and the 618 of this proposed A or W wave. So what that would look like is a 3-wave A, we have our B wave as an expanded B wave, and we have our 1 wave in, and we're looking for 5 waves up to complete before further downside, and either 5 or 3 waves. And in this scenario, all these targets have to change because the fib level would have to pull. Right now it's pulling from this wave. We'd have to pull it up, so we'd get slightly less downside. Okay, now that we have that, let's go down to the hourly. First of all, if you saw the video yesterday, you were able to get out of your short position. But as of right now, again, this is my primary. We have a 3-wave move, 3-wave move, looking for 5 up to the C wave. Right now, targets, most probable targets are the 1-to-1 That is pulling the fibs from this A wave off the B wave for our C wave. And if we got that, this would make a running flat where we don't make a new high, and we go 5 down from here. Target number 2 is the most probable between the 1.236 and the 1.382 of this A wave off the B wave. That's my most current probable count, and you can see we come right between the 50 and the 618 of this proposed A or W wave. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Again, the alternates are we have an expanded flat here, but we don't usually get expanded flats for wave 2s. They're usually in the 4th wave, so less probable that that's the count. We came perfectly at the 1.05 as the expanded B. We could have come anywhere in this orange target area you see for our B wave as a expanded flat in that scenario. And one thing to consider I showed you yesterday is this B wave target area, it hit at the 1.382. You can see there in these smaller orange fib levels. So targeting a lot of areas just to make sure we get on the right side of things. And all that would mean is this is a wave, or sorry, a wave 1. Our wave 2 is an expanded flat. And we came to the area you would expect that to be, and then we come to downside. But the reason I don't like that is this is taking really long as a wave 2. Very, very long. One other thing I'm considering, but I don't think it's probable, is this is turning into some sort of ending diagonal to the downside. But again, this would be the wave A, B, we'd come down for a C, that would make a wave 1, come up. It just seems really spread out. So it's not one of my probable areas. Now, as for time, I would expect it to take about the same length of the A wave or slightly less, and that's taking our fib time from this pivot and extending it off this pivot, the A off the B, and that takes us right here to September 23rd as our 1-to-1 target in time up to this area. It can take a little less time or a little more. That's why I also have the 0.618 for these 5 waves up. So that's my most probable scenario right now, what you see here. As our ABC in blue. That's what I'm looking for. 5 waves here. Now going even smaller to the 15-minute. I got in this trade already. So ignore these. Move those over. Get rid of those for now. And my entry is as so. I took buys at the 382 and the 50. And I split up the buys in half. Average price in the middle. Stop is at this low. And targeting at least the 1-to-1. Get about 2.5 to 1 there, but anticipating up to this level, because if we get 5 waves here, that doesn't extend very much. But once this pivot is in, I'll run the extensions to see where we can expect to go. But as of right now, just pulling from the A off the B and looking between 28,591 and 29,061. And I might go to the lesser targets just because they're a little bit closer on linear scale. So 28,580 and 29,015 currently. Move that over. So that's what I have, guys. I've got my entries between the 382 and the 50. And the reason why I did that, I usually have a buy at the 6182, is I would expect us, if we're moving up for that 3rd wave, to hold this area of support right here. I wouldn't want us to see dip below these levels very hard, because resistance flips to support, right? I mean, we can just get one candle through, but I'd like to start moving in this area right now. As for time, we've reached the minimum required IUs, which is a time fib pull from this bottom off the 5th. Extended forward, I want to see at least 33% as the correction of that time, and as much as 1-to-1. So we could potentially pivot up a little bit, come back down, then go. Or we could be in right now and take off from here because we've reached the minimum. You can see we hit off this A wave proposed for our B, for our C, we hit the 618. Usually we target, the most probable is the 1-to-1. So this might just be an A wave, come up and do another C wave. But for now, the minimum requirements are in to be considered a complete correction. But just know we could extend out a little bit. So my entries are in, stop is at the low, and once we make new highs here, then I'll pull the pivots to see our target area. Make sure to subscribe, guys, if you want updates on this. I update this daily or more than daily. And good luck on this move. This is just what I am doing. I'm not telling you to trade this. This is just how I am playing this. All right, thanks for watching, guys.